Welcome back, everybody. My name is Beyond Sadistic. We are the MTG Paper Legacy Discord. This is round number 2, and with me is Doc DeLeo. Doc, are you ready for round number 2?
Yeah, so this is a really fun matchup. So we have Champagne on the left on a more traditional Cloud Post. This is the green post. This is the one that has Primeval Titan, as well as the fact that it's got the Once Upon a Time. And in this case, it's got 4 Elvish Reclaimers,
Yes.
which is one hell of a magic card.
Yes.
It foregoes the traditional package of Chalice of the Void and Soul Lands for a more like long game, taking advantage of the powerful green cards. But then it's playing against Entombsday, and you love this deck. So tell me about this deck.
Entombsday is the girl you never want to take home to your mother. This is the kids in the playground that your parents told you not to play with. Entombsday is Tin Fins with Doomsday, and you can play either one. Why? Because you're crazy enough to. That's what makes this one of the coolest decks ever made. I play Mono Black Reanimator Depths because it's a terrible deck and I love playing it. If I were to put Entombsday in the sideboard, Mono Black-ish, it would be even more terrible, which I will probably do because that just makes me chuckle inside. But yeah. I am super excited to watch Entombsday do weird, crazy Entombsday things. Reanimator is one of my favorite strategies. Tin Fins is super cool. Ice Station Zebra, amazing. I'm super excited for this. Absolutely.
Yeah. And this goes back to what I was talking about before, when I've commentated previously on Reanimator decks and stuff like that. The days when a turn 1 Grizzlebrand go are no longer a thing in Legacy. You can't just do that because your Grizzlebrand is going to get turned into an elk. It's going to be swords. It's going to be just gone immediately, and you're not going to get any value from it.
Right.
And you can't just do that anymore with Red Black Reanimator. So Red Black Reanimator sort of turned into the Tin Fins list that we all know and love.
Yep.
But this is a straight up Tin Fins list. The way I know it's a straight up Tin Fins list is because you got the 2 Goryo's Vengeance in it, which you rarely see in Legacy.
Right.
It's got the one of Limdul's Vault, which is a Tin Fin special.
Right.
And it's also got the Children of Korlos Shallow Grave rather than the traditional Exhume that you see with most of it. Also, this is an LED deck.
Yes. Yeah, it absolutely is. This is a combo deck. This is a combo deck that transforms into a combo deck. Pithing Needle, turn 1. What do you name? Name's Wasteland. Interesting. Yeah, solid name. Solid name.
If there's anything I've learned from playing against a guy in my local shop, Darius, he plays Turbo Depths all the time, and I've played a lot with Malfi. It's a lot of the things that you name with a turn 1 Pithing Needle on 12 posts is always going to be Wasteland because, like I said, it's an ETB tap land deck, and you have to untap with it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I totally agree. And this is you always want to go with the safe names. At this point, do you think Champagne's wishing that he hadn't named Wasteland?
Okay. Here we go. There we go.
Entombing him.
We got Thoughtseizing himself.
Yep. And here comes, unless he's got interaction, this is going to be Shallow Grave. And that's going to be a Grizzlebrand. Big Daddy Grizz, turn 1.
For those that haven't been around since Mirage, Shallow Grave is one of those old reanimation spells. And it's 1 black. Put the top card from your graveyard into play as if it was just played. Top creature card from your graveyard. So This is one of those decks that graveyard order matters. And there's a reason why there's graveyard order rules still in Legacy that are quote unquote enforced.
Right.
So it's one of those things that from here, now Walked can go and draw 7, draw an additional 7, attack with the Grizzlebrand, hit for 7, draw an additional 7, and by that point, you can bring out a Children of Korlos through any number of the Lotus Petals or Chrome Moxes that are in here.
Gain all that life
and
back.
Then gain it all back, and then redo it all over again until you kill him with what is he killing him with?
Well, a lot of times they'll do a Lab Maniac. Yeah. I've also seen I think he's just gonna beat him to death, in all honesty. I mean, what he's going for, he's got Emrakul. This is a beatdown deck. This is not a combo variant. This does not have Dark Depths. This is literally a Reanimator deck that sideboards into Doomsday in essence.
Yeah.
So
and also important about this deck is Shallow Grave and Grave of Vengeance are instants, so you can bring back a Emrakul
correct.
off of it. So that's a really important thing with the trigger on the stack.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And Camilo, thank you so much for the follow. Absolutely appreciate it. If you'd like to be part of this as well, !mark Discord in the chat will get you the link. You can come play Entombsday with Walked. Chrome Mox,
Okay.
LED into Lotus Petal into Chrome Mox. All the man in the world. All the man in the world.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about with like Tin Fins. They usually have tendrils in the deck because at the point that you just draw like your entire deck, why not tendrils you?
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
no tendrils in this version.
There is none, no.
That's where the sideboard comes in, though. We'll talk about that in just a little bit because this deck is wild.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the fact that this can board into Doomsday is awesome.
Yeah, and that being said, I definitely would have liked to see the tendrils in this deck here. I definitely think there is some room to cut for at least one copy of tendrils because at this point, why not?
Right, and there's a Cabal Therapy. Looks like he's going to target Champagne, and what's he named there? He named
Cabal Therapy target too.
He named Crop Rotation.
Named Crop Rotation.
Okay.
I mean, that's a pretty solid name.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And end step, Grizzlebee goes back to the graveyard.
And remember,
Shallow Grave.
Yes, exactly. That was all turn 1. Now comes Champagne's turn 2.
Yeah. Okay. So Shallow Grave says remove the creature from the game at the end of turn. It looks like the Cabal Therapy was definitely flashbacked off the Grizzlebrand to also hit the map.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this way, Shallow Grave doesn't remove it.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, it's not been. There's only one Cabal Therapy in the deck. You'd think there'd be a little bit more because of the 4 Shallow Graves. I assume once you draw so much of your deck.
Look at what he's discarding. Daze, Underground Sea, Entomb. I think there was the Limb Duel's Vault was in there. I think maybe there was a fetch. Was there a polluted Delta in there maybe?
I think. But...
Our table spotter, Chaotic Bear, it says, I'm not typing all that. There are no creatures.
Well, I mean, 7 times, what was that? 7 times 3, 21.
And he's going to force that Reclaimer, pitching a Brainstorm. It's going to put him down to 3.
All right. Well, let's see. Okay. Entomb.
Shallow Grave. So he's going to Entomb.
And then Shallow Grave. Oh, going for the Emrakul.
Yeah.
Going for the Emrakul.
Yep. There she is.
Yep. Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Yep.
In for 15. Annihilator 6.
That's it, baby. That is game 1. Holy crap.
That was fun.
I've got chills, man. I'm shaking. That was epic.
Yeah.
That's the stuff dreams are made
fun.
of right there.
I mean, it's not every day that you can reanimate a Emrakul.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of those things that doesn't happen. You're normally going to show and tell it in or cast it off of Omniscience.
Right.
But that was fun.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. So let's go to sideboards. So let's start off with the Doomsday side, shall we? 1 Cavern of Souls, 1 Shell Deck Isle, 2 Flusterstorm, 2 Echoing Truth, and here's where it gets good. 1 Edge of Autumn, 1 Predict, 1 Thassa's Oracle, 4 Doomsday, and 2 Street Wraiths.
Chaotic Bear in the chat is hilarious. Just wanted to point that out. Look at that.
Thanks for outing me, lazy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to. It was too comical.
So
you're not lazy.
Okay,
you work intelligently.
So this is This is where the transformational sideboard comes in, and you're a fan of this. Well, I'm not the biggest fan, but that's because I suck at transformational sideboards.
Right.
So this deck can now go from the traditional Reanimator shell
Yes.
to the JK lulz on Doomsday.
Yes. And I have a feeling that's actually going to happen.
Yes.
At least for game 2. Champagne has seen nothing of the Doomsday side. Just like Dad Zaff says in the chat, this is something that Walk just put together. It's not something that's out there all over the place. There's a few people that are dropping in Doomsday. It's not real common. Reanimator is real common. However, this coming in the side, I would absolutely switch over. Why not?
Yeah.
Your opponent's playing, he's on Cloud Post.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, when we're talking about like okay. So I would normally say this is really good against ley lines and stuff like that, what you normally see in Cloud Post lists. No, this Cloud Post list is different and dirty.
Yeah,
so
let me know. What's it got?
Okay, so in Champagne's list, we got 1 Tabernacle of the Pendrell Veil not coming in. 4 Carpet of Flowers, which I could definitely see that against like the Delver matchups and stuff like that. I really like that. 2 Surgical Extractions, which are definitely going to come in.
Yeah.
4 Force of Vigor and 4 Mindbreak Trap.
So riddle me this: do you bring in the Mindbreak Traps because you think they're going to tendrils you?
No, if I had seen that much. So I mean, it's a little bit different for me because I've played against Tin Fins and those variants before, and normally you do see the tendrils kill. If Champagne has played against that before, I think 100% the bring in is definitely the 4 Mindbreak Traps, because there's a lot of dead cards in this matchup.
Oh, I totally agree.
Really
I totally agree.
Yeah, like there's so many different things that you can just take out because they're just fair cards, especially even like some of these things like Glacial Chasm, or what's it called? Caracas, Mazavith. None of those cards, or Mazavith, you could probably leave in for the Rizzlebrand, but
sure.
These cards you're not going to be playing, so you can cut lands in this matchup as well. So I think the Mindbreak Traps might come in, and if they do come in, that can just completely destroy the entire Doomsday plan.
Maybe.
Because
maybe.
Well, you can exile the Thassa's Oracle on the stack.
Correct.
It's not even a counter, so it gets around the counter.
He's got to cast 3 or more spells, though.
It's Doomsday.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. What if he's patient with it? Huh? What if? Which he's not going to be. He's not going to be.
He's not going to be.
No.
He's not going to be patient.
No, absolutely not. It looks like fetch into a ponder.
Does Champagne keep on 7?
Champagne did and took the play, and it looks like Walk said, "Are you sure?" Rage 990, welcome to the MTGPL. Thank you for the follow,
dude. Okay. If I'm keeping on 7 and I don't open with a ley line, and that's shouting to me as the combo player, either Surgical or Flusterstorm or something like that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So, like, I don't know. Like, you gotta be playing around it, but man, is it scary? Because if Walked went into the Doomsday pile and is not expecting that Mindbreak Trap,
right?
I mean, but to be fair, there's 1 Cabal Therapy in the deck. There's 2 Thoughtseize that will give the information.
Right, but you have to be very careful with that too, because if you Lotus Petal into Dark Ritual, into Cabal Therapy, or into a Thoughtseize, Mindbreak Trap shuts that down. So, granted, they have a Mindbreak Trap, but you still have to play. Having the Mindbreak Trap, you also have to be smart where you use it as well.
Yes, yeah, because it is important, because the Mindbreak Trap is not only a traditional sort of like good hate piece for like storm spells. It's also not a counter spell.
Right.
It is a exile any number, assuming that you've met the criteria of the trap.
Right.
So because of that, it does get around a lot of those, like, oh, I have a Cavern of Souls for my Thassa's Oracle.
Correct.
Can't do anything about it.
Correct. Yeah. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have seen Seinfeld. It's the episode where Jerry goes to buy a Saab and Kramer's with the salesman, and Kramer's got to know, man, the gas light's on. How many miles can I go? How many miles? Just one more mile, Jerry. Just one more mile. We can do this. That's the mind break trap in your hand. Just one more spell, one more card. When do I pull the trigger? There's Grizzlebrand now. That's when I drop it.
Here it is. Here it is. Oh,
Do you think
Champagne's got the dice. Champagne's got the dice. He's got mind break trap.
Yep, he totally does. And if I'm walked and my opponent just did that, I'd be really worried.
I would be so afraid.
Yep, that's an absolute tell. That may have been a mistake.
Yeah. Unless Champagne's trying to pull an LSV and like signal. It's like, oh, this is a possibility for me to do.
Right. True.
But yeah, this is
with a dark red. So right now, this would be the second. Doomsday was the second spell.
I think there wasn't anything cast before it.
No, because it was Underground Sea. Yeah, it was Fetch, Ritual, Doomsday.
Yeah. Fetch, Ritual, Doomsday. Okay.
Walked, and Chaotic Bear said, Walked may think Champagne is tracking the storm, to be honest. He was counting game one.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for taking me, by the way. During the combo turn, you could see him counting on his fingers. I did see it. Thank you.
Okay. So it's entirely possible that might not single the trap, but
well, like we said, Tendrils is the likely card to be cast there. Now that Doomsday you'd still, with Tendrils, you would still bring in your Mindbreak trap.
Yeah.
So
Lemon does have an important piece of information there, is that you can in fact slow roll the pile. That is definitely something you could do, but is that 3?
Echoing Truth did come in.
Do we have a fourth Force of Will? Okay, so there's a Force of Will either built into the pile or it's in the hand.
Right.
So I saw 3 Force of Will, but I don't think I saw any.
And I totally agree, Lemon. Being the Entombsday player right now, if your opponent's counting your storm, I would absolutely slow roll this pile. However, Champagne's got quite a bit of mana, and he does have a Reclaimer, so he can go tutor for lands right now. But I don't think I'm really afraid of much. Outside of a Mindbreak trap or counter magic, he's going to cycle the Street Wraith.
Okay.
But he's got to be careful too, because your opponent's got a threat. So he can't go too. Yes. Well. Yeah, exactly. Shelldeck Isle. God, I love that card.
Oh, clever girl.
I love Shelldeck Isle. It's so good.
Okay. I like Shelldeck Isle.
But again, not another spell was cast. So is this the smartest? Is this the smartest play ever? Does he pass here?
Walked was on the
No,
draw.
he did not play. He passed turn and fetched it end step, Mike.
Yes. Yeah, this is turn 3. Okay. So Shelldock Isle does allow you to play around a couple of things.
Right.
But it does require you to pass a turn. Now, here's the thing. Is the Thassa's Oracle underneath the Shelldock Isle? Because if it is, Champagne does have... Wait, I swear I thought I saw a Ghost Quarter in here. I do not see a Ghost Quarter.
There is no Ghost Quarter in Champagne's list.
Oh, I thought I saw a Ghost Quarter.
No.
Or was that... I think that was in Malfi's list.
Yes.
Oh, no Ghost Quarter. Okay, so
this is tense. Yeah. Remember that shaking I was talking about? Way better right now. Way better.
Oh, yeah.
So he activates Reclaimer, really sacks a land.
Okay, what are you getting here?
Right now, you're kind of clamoring. What do I get? What do I go get? Not a Mazabeth. It's not going to save me.
And this is what we were talking about. Like, you know, the Doomsday pile can definitely get you if you're not prepared for it.
Do you get a Dark Depths because you've got a Vesuv in hand or something?
Oh, sacrificing the Cloud Post.
So he doesn't care about lands then, or mana.
Yeah. Okay, what are... I mean...
Yeah, Lemon, I totally agree. I think what I would be doing is getting Depths. With a Mindbreak Trap in hand, threatening the kill. Yeah. Because if I do that, my opponent has to go off, then I can exile, then I'm free to get through and kill. So there's a Thespian stage.
If there's the Thassa's Oracle underneath the Shellduck Isle, that basically means that on Walk's next turn, they can just activate the Shellduck Isle and cast the Thassa's Oracle, because there's going to be, let's see, the Doomsday pile's 5 cards, draw a card for turn, draw a card for the Street Wraith, and also the Thassa's Oracle missing it. There's only be 2 cards left in deck, and that can get you with the Thassa's Oracle.
Can you imagine if he went and got a Wasteland, if he had one, and Wastelanded that Shellduck Isle?
Oh, that's exactly what I was hoping for. That's what I was hoping for.
That would have been brutal. So now your Reclaimer's turned on. You've got your lands in the graveyard.
I think a 1 of Ghost Quarter is going to be now a part of this deck from now on.
I may just rip apart TES and just build Entombsday.
Entombsday.
Oh, Reclaimer's 3 lands. My bad.
Okay, yeah.
There's Depths.
You got the Depths. Brainstorm.
Okay.
With 3
end of turn.
Lands. With 3 cards in hand. That you know, I also like to live dangerously. That is
this
wild.
has to be quite well played, thought out though.
You know what?
So that
I don't think the Thassa's Oracle.
He could cast Thassa's Oracle right now and do it.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I don't think I was wondering if where's the Thassa's Oracle. Okay, so it is underneath the Shellduck Isle.
Oh! Oh my God! Wow, I was not expecting that. Oh my God.
No, underneath the Shellduck Isle is a flying spaghetti monster.
End of turn, bounce it.
Oh.
Cavern of Souls.
That was funny.
Thassa's Oracle.
That was funny.
Boom. How'd that fit, Lemon? You don't want to know. It's not that kind of stream. Wow.
Oh my God! You know, I like that though.
I do too.
It forces your opponent to deal with the Emrakul or die to the Thassa's Oracle. That's one hell of a play.
Yeah,
there was a Mindbreak Trap in hand.
Yep. Yeah, he totally was. God, that was a great game. You do not get to see matches like that all the time. That is exactly what makes Legacy absolutely amazing. If you're not playing Legacy right now, what in the world are you waiting for? Holy crap.
Like you don't get this in any other type of Magic.
No.
You don't. Oh, you get such a wide variety of decks, and you get some crazy interactions. I would have never, like Chaotic Bear was saying, I've never seen Shellduck Isle played outside of Cube. I thought that was just a Cube card. Well, but apparently it's really good in this specific deck.
Yeah, you just dump an Emrakul out on the battlefield. Who knew, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was our round 2, everybody. Stick around. We're going to be right back for our round number 3 coming right on.
Absolutely.